So I wanted to start with Senator's score on this one.
Okay.
Did you see the hit on Trevor Lawrence? Do you think the penalty should have been more, less? Do you think he should have been
Sure.
fined? What's your take on it?
So the hit on Trevor Lawrence, I thought that was egregious. I definitely think that he should have been thrown out of the game. Number one, and number two, I don't think he should come back for a minimum of at least 11 or 12 games. I think you got to send a message. Are you serious? What? Let me finish. So I think you got to send a message. This 3-game suspension that he got is just not good enough. You gotta hammer it down. Remember, people come to the game to see quarterbacks. They don't come to see defense. Defense. Blah blah blah. People come to see quarterback play. They come to see the Patrick Mahomes. They don't come to see defensive players. So we got to keep that in mind. And remember, it's all about touchdowns. It's all about scoring, and that's what drives the ratings. That's why the ratings are through the roof right now, because it's because of offensive players. First of all, that is the most asinine statement I've ever heard, that people come for offensive. Remember, it's defensive players that win championships. It's defensive players win championships. That's not how it works. It's defense wins championships. That's what drives the ratings. It's about defensive players. First of all, the hit on Trevor Lawrence, I wouldn't have even penalized him for that. If anything, if I'm the owner, I would give him a reward. What? Yeah, seriously, I would give him a reward. Definitely no penalty. I wouldn't even have penalized him. Like, seriously, that's football. He did a great job. He should be rewarded, if anything. But to penalize him, to throw him out of the game, to fine him, I think that's ridiculous. We're trying to make the game fun to watch. We're not trying to watch. You got to make the game fun. This is ridiculous. We got to start making the game great again. Okay, so by making the game great again, you mean taking cheap shots at quarterbacks when they're in a defenseless position. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Just admit it, you're radical. You're radical. You're the one that recommended that Vontaze Burfict get jail time. That's ridiculous. You're radical. I've never said that. I've definitely never said that. I recommended that he should be thrown out of the game for good, but I've never said that about jail time. You're lying. That's an obvious lie.
So we're going to start with Senator's score on this one. We're going to talk about the new kickoff rules and what do you think about that? And do you think the changes were warranted, or were they needed, or would you have left them the same way?
First of all, Rick, I would like to thank you for hosting this event. I think you've done a great job. The setup is nice. We have the opportunity to air our opinions, so I really appreciate that. As far as this new kickoff rules, I think it's pretty good. I'm very satisfied with it. If anything, I think if I could have made it a little bit better, if let's say after the kickoff, and then once the receiver catches the ball, because basically the way the new kickoff rules work is you kick the ball off, the offensive players, once they catch it, then the defensive players can move. If you give the offense maybe another 2 seconds before they can move, you got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Let me finish. If you give the offensive players maybe 2 more seconds, I think it would be even better. It'll give, because remember, the game is about offense. It's about offensive momentum. So I think if you consider making that rule change, I think it would be better, because it'll allow for some more kickoff returns, and the defense would have a little bit harder time getting it. But remember, we come to watch this game for offense. It's not about defense. It's more about offense and scoring. So I think that would be a good idea and a good way to change it. But I'm mostly happy with these new kickoff rules. I think we've done a good job on that. Of course you're happy with the new ratings, because you're trying to make this game into flag football. This isn't even real football anymore. There's a reason why the ratings are in the tank, because that's not true. They're not in the tank, because it's all about we're making the game. We're trying to make the game safe, but we're compromising the integrity of the game. We're just way too soft nowadays. I think it's ridiculous. The way the direction we're going in, we're not even going to have a game anymore. But basically, my opinion on these kickoff rules is we should go back to how it was in the 80s. We're kicking the ball off. Our players are running full speed. As the kicker is running, the players are running full speed with a head of steam. And then, that's football. That's football right there. If injuries happen, okay, it's a violent sport. But to make the game, to suggest that, we should compromise the game by making it, we do want to make it safer, but we still want to have a game at the same time. This is ridiculous. It's a cotton candy league, and I don't even recognize it anymore. It's sad what's happened to our game.